Alan Turing, the Enigma, tells the world the true story of the mathematician who effectively stopped the Second World War. Born in London in 1912, Alan was a shy, emotional and very lonely child, but this did not disturb him because he had a certain irresolution and, despite having a brilliant mind, he was not at the top of the class and had a detached attitude towards the school. The dreamer, as his classmates remembered, had only one love, maths. This until he met Christopher, a boy bestowed with extraordinary intelligence that defected Alan few months from his loneliness. But life did not reward Alan, and Christopher died shortly due to a congenital malformation. Despite this pain marking him for the rest of his life, Alan grew with a remarkable sense of humorism and developed an even greater passion for the mathematical reasoning. He was an independent and autonomous man, and this insatiable desire for freedom was naturally incomprehensible for England in 1930s. In fact, exactly in that period, he theorized computer science and artificial intelligence. But as well as being one of the most genial mathematicians of the 20th century, Turing was also an incredible cryptanalyst, reason for which during the Second World War worked at Bletchley Park, the main cryptanalysis center of the United Kingdom. Here he created a series of techniques, among which the bomb method, a special calculating machine that allowed him to violate the German ciphers and decode all the codes created. We can see a great part of Alan Turing's life in The Imitation Game, a film that tells about his life and his success in decrypting the codes used by the Nazis, even if not completely true compared to the book, but also tells about the years following the war. For example, the period during which he was condemned for lewd behavior after having admitted his homosexuality. In the middle of this film, there is one of the most important events in Turing's life, his work at Bletchley Park in London. Here Alan, together with other mathematicians, analysts and physicists, was occupied for the most part of the war in decrypting the Axis powers coded messages. Turing is also famous for another name, Enigma. Enigma was his encryption machine, an object very similar to a typewriter, and had a very advanced system for that time and very difficult to decrypt because of the great amount of calculations that were necessary to interpret a single message. But the main point around which the film focuses on, a problem not clear in the book, is prejudice that penalizes Alan, especially when he goes public about his homosexuality. Gay men were considered a risk for the security of the government because they were exposed to blackmail, and consequently Turing lost his security. It's still hard to quantify how much Alan and other analysts' work had shortened the war, but undoubtedly offered a huge contribution in helping the Allied soldiers. But the United Kingdom was not very grateful to him, in fact condemned him for lewd behavior due to his homosexuality. To avoid a prison, Turing accepted chemical castration and in 1954 was found dead with a bitten apple. In reality, the autopsy found cyanide in his stomach, which made think that he had drunk the poison and then had hidden the apple. Some people have even thought that the symbol of apple, an apple, was attributed to Turing, but later Steve Jobs denied this connection. Police investigation concluded that Turing had committed suicide.